What's up, everybody? This is going to be a leg workout for you focused on glutes and hamstrings. There are some special guests in this video, so make sure you stay tuned through the whole thing. So first up, we have a trap bar deadlift, or your hex bar deadlift, whatever you want to call it. The first thing that I do is make sure that my core is nice and tight. My chin is tucked so that my entire spine is straight. I am neutral through the entire back. All of the movement is happening at the hips. I'm thinking about sending my hips back and down as I control the motion down. And then I think about exploding out of the bottom, driving aggressively through the feet to squeeze the glutes at the top. So make sure that core is tight, chin is tucked, neutral spine. All the motion happens at the hips to involve more glutes and all the musculature around the hips, and keep some of the work off of the quads. Nice control. And here comes our first special guest. Wait for it. Two special guests in this part of the video. That is Jeannie, as I'm putting on my band to go into my glute bridges. And then next we're gonna have Mr. Frankie walking in. There he goes. Hey, Frankie. So starting off the superset here with banded glute bridges, having the band around your thighs just to provide a little bit more of a challenge for those glutes. Making sure the abs are sucked in nice and tight, core is engaged. One straight line from crown of the head to tailbone. Don't break at the waist or the ribs. All the motion happens at the hips. Going for that nice tight squeeze at the top. Maybe you want to place your hands at the insertion of the glute so you can feel that you have something to drive into. Just making that contraction a little bit harder, a little bit deeper at the top. Next up, we have the lying leg curl, focusing on those hamstrings. So I'm really glad that this was the set that I ended up recording for you guys, because I actually could have improved my execution here a little bit more. So I am driving my entire body down into the pad, driving my hips down, but you can see here as I go to pull those legs in, the lower part of my quad lifts away from that pad. I was having a little bit of destination desire, thinking about trying to bring my legs in a little bit closer. I probably could have stopped my legs a little bit sooner. I think my hamstrings weren't gonna get to their shortest position during this set. And to accommodate for that, I was lifting my quads off of the pad, just trying to think about getting the hamstrings really short. So I could have done a little bit of a better job of keeping the quads glued to the pad as I pull those legs in. But you still want to make sure that belly is in tight, low back is flat, and hips are driving down. Next, I went into a hip dominant leg press. My feet are a little bit higher up on the board and a little bit wider apart for a hip dominant leg press. I'm controlling the motion down through the eccentric portion. I'm pausing in the lengthened portion at the bottom of the leg press where it's the hardest, so that I can put a little bit more tension on the glutes. Then I'm driving the legs forward, pressing through the board. All the while keeping my low back and my pelvis glued to the back pad. Understand your active range of motion here so that you don't go past it at the bottom of the leg press and force the tailbone to curl up off of the pad. You want to keep that down the entire time by understanding your active range of motion. I finished up this workout with some hip dominant walking lunges. I'm calling them more hip dominant walking lunges because I'm making sure that I'm not getting too much knee flexion here and causing the quads to do more of the work. I want to keep the work around the hip musculature since that was the focus of this workout. So I'm thinking more of a straight up and down movement, not a forward and backwards movement, not allowing the knee to track beyond the toes. At the bottom, I aggressively shove my foot through the ground to get myself back up, so I can make sure I'm really using those glutes out of the bottom of the range of motion, controlling it on the way down through that eccentric, and pausing in the lengthened aggressive shove to get back up. I just want you guys to take away from this workout that you don't need to spend 3 hours in the gym training your legs if you know how to work them correctly and efficiently. I think this workout took me a little bit over an hour to get it done.